Hi everyone, masofdas here, and I did a video quite a while ago now, a few months ago, on Xbox 360 games I would like to see come to Xbox One via backwards compatible. It's quite a popular video of mine. A few people even work telling me about some games on there and what should be included in that. And since I've done that video, a few of the games that were on that list of 10 games have now come to Xbox One in some ways, and the most recent being Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning, which was just announced like a few days ago from recording this, so it's backwards compatible. I've picked up a copy, so I'm going to play that, and that'll be the first time I will play it. Then, obviously, before that, Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy. You might have seen videos and stuff of my Let's Play of 13, the first one of the 3 games. And that's also X Enhanced that, and it looks absolutely brilliant. Feels like it's almost like a new game, or at least a few years old game. And it's kind of refreshing that the whole linear aspect, which we were moaning about when it first came out, was actually quite refreshing in 2018, where everything seems to be in a big open world game. And Tales of Vesperia isn't getting a backwards compatible, is getting a remaster in January, so kind of a bit different, but will be playable on Xbox One, PS4, and even Nintendo Switch. And obviously that's going to look great in HD, new trophies and achievements and stuff like that. So okay, it's not quite the same, but it is going to be playable on the system. So with those 3 and with a bit with the 2 other games in Trilogy now backwards compatible, got me thinking of what other 10 games would I like to see. Again, this is a bit cheaty, because you see some of the games is more of 10, and also last time I ranked the games in request order from fans on the fan vote and stuff. You can no longer find that, so these games are just in alphabetical order. So there's no I want this one over this one, for instance. I may have some thoughts when I get to the games. So the first one is Afro Samurai. Cool anime slash 'em up, like Samuel Jackson, I believe, is the voice of Afro Samurai. Really good, fun game on the 360. There was a sequel which is going to be like episodic. The first episode came out and it was absolutely panned. It was taken down from all the stores and stuff, and basically cancelled the series after that. So I don't know if that will play a role in possibly getting Afro Samurai on the 360 via backwards compatible. Next one is the Armored Core series. There's actually 4 Armored Core games that are on the 360, which is Armored Core 4, For Answer, V, and they're not V5, or I don't know why I read that as a V, and Verdict Day. So that's the 4 that all by From Software, obviously a big, well-known company now due to the Dark Souls and Bloodborne series. They are doing a new Armored Core game. That's already been confirmed ages ago. We still haven't seen anything on that. Could be a great one to see at the Game Awards. So yeah, could be a good series to come back. Cannot see why they wouldn't be backwards compatible. There's no reason, but there is 4 of them, so I don't know which one's the best out of them, and obviously I've named them in order of timeline. And Verdict Day is online multiplayer focused, so I don't know if that would also cause an issue. Then next is Asuria's Wrath. Might have pronounced that totally wrong. This is from Capcom. This one was a bit of a cult favourite, and I remember there was an issue, Capcom put the ending behind DLC or something like that. Ubisoft did sort of similar to Prince of Persia. I don't know if that would be again an issue with that. Obviously DLC should be available to buy, because talking about Kingdoms of Amalur, I tried to search it as in to buy it download. I bought physical copy. It doesn't seem to be up on stores, so I don't know DLC and stuff. For that, with the weird license issues, which I thought would stop it coming to backwards compatible. And yeah, so I don't know if there's a complete edition of Wrath, for instance, but again, that could be quite a cool one. Then we got Enchanted Arms. This one is also from Software, originally, and they actually published it themselves, I think, in Japan. Ubisoft published it in European territories and stuff. I've personally not played it. It doesn't review that well, but I remember a friend really loving it and put hundreds and hundreds of hours into it. I think they may even got all 1000 Gs and stuff for it. So again, it could be a decent JRPG to come to the console. Sticking with JRPGs, next one's Infinite Undiscovery. Yeah, weird name. This is from Square Enix, and it still is an Xbox 360 exclusive. So with Final Fantasies now backwards compatible, and you've also got things like Lost Odyssey, which obviously isn't Square Enix. There could be another one to add to the pile, and again, didn't review that well, but it might have aged decently like Final Fantasy. Plus, it could be look good if given the time with X Enhanced and stuff like that. Then the next one is another Ubisoft published game and another 360 exclusive, and that's Naruto Rise of the Ninja. And then they had a sequel with called The Broken Bond. Really good, fun games. This is like a surprise hit. I think it was Game Spot. The one that unfortunately passed away a few years ago. He was a huge fan of Rise of Ninja, and he was talking about it all the time on like their podcast and that. That's what I picked up because I wasn't a big Naruto fan, and it is a really good action adventure game and stuff. And it starts from like Rise of Ninja, very start of this series Naruto, so you don't really need to know anything about the character of the series. And like I said, the Broken Bonds right after. We never got a third one, so I think it covers like the first 90 odd episodes or something of the series. I remember there was one of the fighting Naruto games which came out afterwards, different thing that sort of took right after the place of Broken Bond. So I remember picking that up and not liking it. But yeah, really good games. Again, I think the issues with this is the Naruto license. I presume Bandai Namco now have that, and obviously Ubisoft published it. I don't think they developed it, but again, really good. And 360 exclusives. Next game is another 360 exclusive. That's 99 Nights, and then that had a sequel as well. This one is mainly famous for the infamous Konami E3 presentation with the guy with like the dreadlocks on stage trying to get people hyped and stuff about the game. It was a decent hack and slasher, a bit like Dynasty Warriors. And I remember looking decent on the 360, but obviously it was like kind of it wasn't a launch title, but really close to launch. So I don't know how well it would look in the department. I don't think the sequel was that good either, but it's an interesting one. And maybe the power of the X, if it's X and House, will make it look really decent. Next one is a Sega game by Tri-Ace, which is Renaissance of Fate, another JRPG. Kind of see a theme with this, and what I've been really excited about with the backwards compatible with loads of all these like JRPGs and Japanese games which I missed out on. Plus the 360, surprisingly had quite a few of them. Resonance of Fate, obviously on 360 could be battle. The issue with this one, there's been a recent PS4/PC remaster. It's like on PSN. I think it's like 25 quid though. It's quite expensive. So don't know why the 360 one didn't get it. Maybe there's like sales of other games similar haven't been that well received, but there is a PC version. But you know, if that's maybe the case, maybe make a let the backwards compatible of it, for instance. And keeping on JRPGs and Tri-Ace is Star Ocean: The Last Hope. And this is originally a weird one. It's a 360 exclusive. Then it got like ported to the PS3 in Japan, then back to PS3 in the West as like an international edition. It's an odd one. Again, there's a PS4 and PC remaster. I'm not sure if that helps or not. Its case, I would think not, again, because that was quite a while ago, the remastered PS4. Actually, I just thought of another game that isn't on this list, which maybe should have been. There's The Last Remnant, which is another Square Enix game, which I think was a 360 exclusive, but it's just got a PS4 remaster, and I think it's called like the 4K edition or something like that. Another odd one, which I didn't think of until right now. And the last game, there's a special bonus game, is Transformers War and Fall with Cybertron. So there's two games by High Noon. There was a sort of like one set in between them, which is Rise of the Dark Spark or something, which is also a movie tie-in as well. It's like both games. It's really weird. The problem with this one is it's the license. Activision, we know, have put up like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games like on Xbox and PS4, and then they took them down when their license went, expired. I can't blame them. They have the license to show off the game. Let's try to make some money on them before it expires. I can see that being the big issue for these games. Do Activision still have the license or someone else? And is it, someone like Activision, I think, would more likely make a remaster than just let them be backwards compatible. But that'd be a cool one. And there's things, like I said, King of Amalur, which I didn't think would get backwards compatible. So it could be a cool one. So that's the 10 or so games that I would like to see. There's obviously quite a theme. I think that every single one of them is Japanese, apart from Transformers. Again, actually, like last time, what would you like to see come backwards compatible to the Xbox One? And then the bonus game, another Japanese game, and this is proper Japanese, as it's Students of the Round. You may have never heard of this. This is a Japanese Xbox 360 exclusive. Well, I think there was a PSP sort of port, but so let's say console exclusive. It has English text and menus and stuff. None of the dialogue obviously is in English, and like the story obviously going to be hard. But it's a dungeon crawler. So obviously when you're fighting enemies and that, all the menus and there, all the infantry is in English. So that's a great thing. From a bit of research on the Japanese Xbox scene, there was a few exclusives to the original Xbox. There's a Shin Megami Tensei game. Obviously, that's sort of become real popular now in the West. Obviously, the Shin Megami Tensei sort of on Nintendo and the spin-off, but now maybe bigger series Persona is on PlayStation. There is one exclusive to the original Xbox called 9. Don't know if it's any good or not. And then the 360 actually had quite a few exclusive games on it. And Students was around, from what my research is apparently one was voted on like a Famitsu thing of like the best 360 games, like near the end of the 360 in like it was like a top 50 list, but Students Around was pretty high in that list, and it had things like Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey, games that and came to the West. So if you take out all them sort of games that are available over here, and I think there's some Iowa Master game, Students Around is like the standout game, and being playable is a great thing. And why I bring up being backwards compatible, because in Japan there is currently 4 games that are backwards compatible, which are Xbox 360 titles that aren't available in the West. And I think some of them are exclusive, and one of them I think is actually finally getting a port on like PS4 and Switch and something this year or next year. And I bring them up because I've actually bought 3 of those 4 games. They are all visual novels, so I don't know how well I'm going to even be able to play them. There is guides and stuff to play them and get the achievements on them, but I will be recording and putting up on like Mixer and then obviously back on to YouTube of me trying to play those games. A lot of my videos you might see my Final Fantasy and what's it called? The first 3, which I complete from there. I've got no commentary on them, for instance, but I mostly will do with these Japanese games. So I kind of would like to see more games become backwards compatible, and with the Xbox One being region free, there's no reason if Students Round becomes backwards compatible in Japan, like these other 4 games, there's no reason we in the West could not just import, and that obviously might make the price go ridiculously up in value. And same with the original Xbox. It could be really cool if Shin Megami Tensei 9 became backwards compatible through that. I don't think they have any exclusive original Xbox games backwards compatible at the moment. But anyway, what games would you like to see? And check out, wait to check out my footage of these weird Japanese games on Xbox One. Anyway, I've been masofdas, and I'll see you again.